Are you tired of those minuscule Social Security increases that vanish before they ever reach your bank account? The Trump administration, alongside Elon Musk and his team at the Department of Government Efficiency, often referred to as DOGE, is now asserting that they have devised a plan to deliver significantly larger checks to millions of Americans. But one must ask, is this promise genuine or merely another hollow pledge? In this extended analysis, I will reveal the behind-the-scenes realities of Social Security, the controversial overhaul by the Department of Government Efficiency, and whether you should start preparing for potentially enhanced benefits or brace yourself for temporary disruptions in payments. After months of in-depth investigation into this complex situation, what I have uncovered may just astonish you as we delve into a narrative that spans from persistent system issues to ambitious modernization plans. Before we proceed further into these details, please take a brief moment to hit the like button and subscribe for daily updates on Social Security, Medicare, and retirement news that could have a direct impact on your financial future. Now, let's explore the intricacies of what is happening with your benefits in a comprehensive manner. For many years, millions of Social Security recipients have been scrutinizing their monthly checks, wondering when they will finally see a meaningful increase. Given that the recent cost of living adjustment is only 2.5%, which translates into an extra $50 per month for the average beneficiary, many are left disappointed. Meanwhile, if you are enrolled in Medicare, you might actually be losing around $15 per month due to rising premium costs. The situation is further exacerbated by the fact that seniors are merely trying to keep pace with inflation rather than actually moving ahead financially. While ongoing debates about potential cuts have loomed large in the background for several years, this is not simply a partisan debate. It is a stark mathematical reality. The Social Security Trust Fund is confronting a potential insolvency crisis that could force a devastating 22 to 23% cut to benefits for 72 million Americans if no effective changes are implemented. In response to these challenges, a new narrative has emerged from the Trump administration, with key officials, including Elon Musk, claiming that the work of DOGE and the Department of Government Efficiency will ultimately result in Social Security recipients receiving more benefits rather than less. However, what exactly is the truth behind these claims? Recently, Elon Musk captured headlines when he stated that Social Security recipients should expect more money as a consequence of DOGE's efforts. This declaration has generated a significant amount of excitement and speculation, but it has also led to widespread misinformation. To clarify, Musk did not promise that larger payments would be distributed immediately. Such increases are not slated to appear in April or even in the upcoming few months. In a recent interview, Musk underscored the idea that what we're doing will help their benefits, emphasizing that legitimate Social Security recipients will eventually receive enhanced payments as a result of DOGE's work, though not before some transitional challenges are overcome. To understand this further, one must consider what DOGE is actually attempting to accomplish. The Department of Government Efficiency is on a mission to shrink the federal government, increase operational efficiency, save money, and eliminate waste, fraud, and abuse. Multiple experts, as well as congressional sources, acknowledge that there will undoubtedly be some short-term pain as these transformative changes are implemented. However, the administration insists that once the long-term objectives are met, the benefits will far outweigh these temporary disruptions. At the heart of the matter lies the Social Security Administration's outdated infrastructure, which, as reported by the Washington Post, recently crashed 4 times within just 10 days due to server overloads, effectively blocking millions of retirees and disabled veterans from accessing their online accounts. This is a problem that has plagued the agency for decades and was typically addressed with quick fixes such as hiring additional staff, rather than tackling the root causes. DOGE's ambitious plan involves a complete overhaul of these fundamental issues, aiming to create a leaner government while simultaneously modernizing and streamlining these critical systems. However, this approach carries with it significant risks and challenges. One of the most alarming aspects of this strategy is DOGE's plan to rebuild the Social Security Administration's codebase within mere months, a process that experts assert should realistically take several years, given that the system contains tens of millions of lines of code written in COBOL, an archaic programming language. The Trump administration argues that by leveraging modern technology, artificial intelligence, and highly skilled programmers, they can expedite this transformation far more rapidly than conventional estimates would suggest. While this might prove possible, it almost certainly means that glitches and errors will emerge during the transition period, with the only reliable method of identifying these issues being through extensive real-world testing. This could lead to disruptions in services for Social Security recipients. The administration contends that such risks are acceptable in order to avert a far more severe crisis in the coming decade if the system is left unaddressed. Adding to the complexity of the situation, during the same interview in which Musk hinted at future benefit increases, he revealed a startling statistic. There are over 15 million individuals over the age of 120 marked as alive in the Social Security system, a figure he confirmed is accurate. This highlights a problem that has been acknowledged since at least 2008. According to an Inspector General report, for 17 years, these 15 to 20 million clearly fraudulent Social Security numbers have been circulating, potentially facilitating illicit activities. This situation is analogous to coming home from work each day, carelessly tossing your clothes on the floor, and then discovering after a month that the pile has grown to an unmanageable size. Similarly, decades of neglecting small but critical issues have culminated in a vast backlog that now demands extensive effort to resolve. The DOGE team is now systematically scrutinizing these fraudulent accounts to eliminate them and ensure that benefits are distributed only to those who are legitimately entitled, a process that, while essential for long-term integrity, may cause temporary inconveniences. So, when can we expect to see these promised benefit increases? Based on all available information, it is likely that any significant changes will not materialize for at least 1, if not 2, years. This delay is primarily because any substantial improvement would necessitate new legislation. While Elon Musk and the Department of Government Efficiency are exploring methods to curtail wasteful spending and stop dispersing checks to ineligible recipients, any policy changes, such as recalculating the cost of living adjustment by switching from the current Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners, CPIW, to the CPI for the elderly, which more accurately reflects the actual expenses seniors face, especially in terms of healthcare, would require congressional approval. Should such legislative changes be enacted, they could not only increase the adjustments going forward, but also, if applied retroactively for 2 to 3 years, significantly boost benefit amounts, an outcome that might be what Musk alluded to when referring to more money. However, the only reason this change has not yet been implemented is the specter of insolvency looming just 9 years into the future. If DOGE's efficiency measures can delay this insolvency and secure adequate funding for Social Security, then the prospect of enhanced benefits could become a reality. Meanwhile, as these changes are gradually put into effect, be prepared for possible service interruptions. A Social Security employee recently warned that, as experienced staffers who resolve payment glitches exit the agency, there might be delays extending for months. Such delays, while concerning, are part of the broader transition to a more efficient system. For instance, if you need to update your address or banking information for Social Security, the process is expected to become more complicated in the short term, requiring additional verification steps designed to prevent fraud, which, although inconvenient, are deemed necessary by the administration to protect the system's long-term viability. To summarize for current Social Security recipients, 1. Do not expect immediate benefit increases. Despite the current excitement, larger checks are not anticipated in the coming months. Brace yourself for potential service disruptions during this period of modernization. If you plan to make changes to your account details, such as your address or banking information, do so well in advance and be ready to provide extra documentation. The most substantial potential benefit increases are likely to result from a change to the CPI for cost of living adjustments, a shift that will require legislative support. The administration's primary focus appears to be on extending the solvency of Social Security to avert the projected 22 to 23% cut in benefits. Viewed in its entirety, the strategy of the Trump administration and the DOGE initiative could, if successful, strengthen Social Security for the long term by eliminating fraud, enhancing operational efficiency, and modernizing critical systems. This would not only avert a fiscal crisis, but also potentially increase benefits through more accurate cost of living adjustments. Yet the technical challenges remain enormous, the timeline is highly ambitious, and the risk of short-term disruptions is very real. Ultimately, Whether this strategy will achieve its stated goals without inflicting undue hardship on current beneficiaries remains to be seen. In the meantime, if you are a Social Security recipient, take heed of these points. Do not anticipate immediate increases. Prepare for some disruptions as the system undergoes its transformation. Ensure that any updates to your account are made well ahead of time, with all necessary verification, and remain informed about potential legislative changes that could eventually result in larger benefits. As we continue to monitor and report on these evolving developments, we invite you to share your thoughts on whether the promise of larger benefits is worth the temporary challenges. Thank you for engaging with today's comprehensive update. If you found this information valuable, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and activate notifications to stay abreast of all the latest news regarding Social Security, Medicare, and retirement planning. Stay tuned for further updates as we bring you the most detailed and current information on these critical issues, ensuring that you are well informed about any changes that might impact your financial future.